Hi everyone, welcome back to Beach Angel Tarot. I am here to do What is Your Story? And this is just for you. I often do What is Your Love Story, but this time I'm doing it just solo. What is your story right now? What is the energy around you? We're going to start with an energy card. We are coming up into spring, or we are in spring here, and we are coming up into the Easter season. So we're going to see what energy is around for our story right now. What energy are we in and connected to the story? So let's see where you are in your spiritual journey story or your life story right now. What is the energy for those that are guided? I hope everyone is doing well. I want to thank everyone for liking, sharing, and subscribing. Hitting the like button really helps the algorithms and others get to see the readings. Although we like our little close-knit, energetic group. I like that too. So, but anyway, I want to thank everyone for doing that. I want to take that time. So I want to see what energy we are in, and oh my gosh, I love that we are opening the door to our own personal healing and happiness. So this is super positive. It talks about the masculine energy. The 3 is the Empress. The 4 is the Emperor. So a balance of inner and outer. Inner Empress, your own feminine and masculine energy within is very balanced, and getting into that energetic place, which isn't often easy, right? Has opened this door, has opened this portal to maybe like a whole new world kind of feeling coming up, where you're seeing things more optimistically. Things are taking on a new vibrancy for you, a new life for you in this upcoming season of your life in the spring, right? And this combination number is 7. So 7 is the Chariot, which is journey. So your journey is opening into more spiritual energy, is opening into your own happiness. And so this talks about that balance within is allowing you to, more easily make yourself happy, not looking to outside people, things, certain situations to make you happy. Not looking to the 3D, if you will, to make you happy. So that in the form of, again, relationships, jobs, material belongings, cars, houses. I mean, we can have all those things, but they don't bring that true happiness. You've opened the door and tapped into an inner happiness like you've never felt. And so if it hasn't completely happened, you're in the midst of that happening now on your journey. It's that balancing of masculine and feminine within. So I like seeing that coming up here. So we're going to get one from here and see what other energy is around on our story right now. Focusing on our story right now. And I keep saying our story right now, and it is now. Present moment, time to live. So being in the now, it's like you're not, and that is another thing that's helping this personal healing and happiness. You're not focused, you're not in the past, you're not ruminating on what happened in the past, you're not worried about what's going to happen in the future or how it's going to happen. Undercurrent here I want to show is the angel, guardian angel, protector, angelic realm. So there's a definite ascension energy, spiritual energy. You may be connecting more to the angels, your guides, spirit at this time. There may be someone around you that feels perhaps like an earth angel. Any of these things are coming up with this card as well, but angelic presence coming in very strongly. You may be this to someone else as well. But anyway, we're getting back, and I love this visual on this card is the sea, and this really feels, of course, like myself right now in this moment. And but that balance and that happiness and that healing is coming from being more in the present, being more in the now, because now is where the point of power is, and you're recognizing that more and coming more into that center, and noticing that now is the time to live. We can't live in the past, we can't live in the future. The only place we can live and the only point of power is now. So this is something that's occurring in your story at this time. So let's dive into the story itself and the story cards. And this deck was created by Kathy Nichols, and she is on Etsy. Oops, this card does not belong there. Oh, let's just do this. Since this card came up, this was on this deck and it didn't belong there, but I'm gonna pull, since it came up, I'm gonna pull from one of the spirit. What spirit is around us in our story right now? Spirit, what spirit is around us in our stories right now? I'm gonna take those two, and I'm gonna take this one as well. Undercurrent is Saint Nick. He's always around. He's always around me, and those that are in my those that are connected to my readings, he's always around those as well. So he's with us as usual. He's helping us with gifts of generosity and assistance at this time. Spirit of the shoreline, which I like that because, this is a visual of her sitting at the shoreline, and then the spirit of shoreline is here, calm, tranquil, relaxing. The now moment is the only, if you go backward in your mind, that can become, we can go back to good memories and that can be calming and peaceful, but oftentimes we're ruminating or we're fretting over the future. So there's a tranquility. Spirit of connections, fated meeting, soulmate, divine counterpart. So there could be spirit helping with your connections or helping you connect with someone as well. And then we have spirit of the wind, activity, movement, and disruption. So there may be something moving in the way of connections for you as well, but there is this sense of inner calm, inner peace that I feel like you have put first and foremost, and then that in turn may be helping bring movement with a connection that you're fated to bring into your life or have in your life. There could be a suddenty to it because of the lightning coming up here, but we'll see more of what comes up, right? But I love seeing that Santa because I get comforted just seeing that card come out and this energy being around us, which I always feel I'm in alignment and connection to. So let's just shuffle this deck, focusing on the spread, which I've lost it again. My phone keeps going to sleep. Who are you in your story? What energy surrounds you in your story at this time? Who are you in your story? Who are you in your story? And it is opportunity. So, just sitting with the feeling that came. There is a vastness with this. This is open for opportunities. I'm getting a being at the right place at the right time kind of feeling too from that. I'm going to pull another card. We're going to add to these. Saying tarot, so I'm going to use tarot. Who are you in your story? What energy surrounds you in your story at this time? I also am getting a visual of the Seven of Cups, and that's about choices, like what to pick, having options, having things opening up to you, opportunities opening up to you, seeing more, being able to see more opportunities. You're not, I'm going to use the word pigeonholed into one or corralled, if you will. They're starting to show me like you're not being pigeonholed into one direction. You're opening your eyes to, hey, there's a whole world out here, right? And I have more opportunities and there's more things available to me than maybe I have seen in the past. It may be a little bit confusing because now you've got more things to choose from, but there's an openness with the energy in your I want to say love story, in your story at this time. Seven of Swords is coming up with the King of Swords. So I feel like there's an opportunity to, within your energy, to, King of Swords talks about thoughts, minds, and communication. It's air sign energy, and there's a lot of air, both of these being swords. This talks about escape. This talks about strategy, though. With opportunity, I feel this more as a strategy, an opportunity. Going back to the opportunity card, it feels strategic. So who you are right now is you're being very strategic in how you communicate, whether on purpose or subconsciously, what have you. You're being very, it could be optimistic about the way you're communicating, but it's very strategic in the way you're communicating right now in your story. And so however that comes for you. Like maybe you're really picking and choosing your words when you communicate with others and to yourself, right? About the past and the future and taking you out of the present moment. You may be really thinking about what is taking away, what thoughts are taking away from you, and we put it with those. Like looking at like how my mind can like run away with me and steal my inner peace and, you know, solidity here. He's sitting here very calmly. So it can be all of these things, but you could be with others really picking and choosing your words or how you communicate, or maybe you're not communicating at all. And silence communicates as well, right? So there could be something with that. But there is that energy of expansion and opportunities and seeing things in a different way. And there's something here about the way you're thinking about communicating or picking and choosing your words is coming up in your story right now. Who or what is blocking you from moving to the next chapter in your story? Well, that one just went right back in there. Who or what is blocking you from the next chapter in your story? And it is union. So I'm getting your heads together, getting your head together with someone, or getting your mind in alignment with itself, if you will, too. When you put it with the past two cards, it's talking about that way we're thinking, the way which way are we thinking? How are we strategizing our thoughts? So it can be what's keeping you is either getting your head together, getting on the same page with someone else. If this is involving someone else, if you're looking at this as a partnership reading, but getting your mind in the right alignment, right? Am I thinking correctly? Are my thoughts running away with me? Are they stealing my inner peace and joy? So it could be aligning your own thoughts to your own inner world to bring you peace, to, you know, to bring cohesiveness to the way you're thinking. It can be in that energy too when we see this. But there's something about union energy that can be blocking you from moving to the next chapter. And I'm gonna pull here, and it's Four of Wands. So that is a card of union as well. So definitely like a repeated, and they're showing me that with the 10th, whatever this is temporary. And so I feel like, don't let it feel like a block that can't be, you can't easily get through. And it can be union itself. So this could be a relationship reading. If you're looking at, you know, coming together with someone, the energy of the connection itself could be blocking the way forward, meaning there may have been needed to be a time to reflect, right? To look at how we're thinking, how we're communicating, what we're communicating to the other person, and the actual connection itself, the third energy of that, you know, you and the other person, the connection itself, the union energy itself, is temporarily blocking the way forward right now for that reflection and for you to come back to the now moment. There was maybe too much swirling around in the thoughts, and communication became too uncertain, if you will, because the Seven of Swords is like, it can be about betrayal, it can be about sneaky energy, but to me it can be strategic as well. So there's something going on here with communication, and I'm gonna, I guess, look at this as in the way of relationship, especially since we've got the spirit of connection here and the wind. There's movement, disruption. There may have been a connection of disruption, and it's showing it here. So the union itself, the energy of both created the blockage here, is what they're saying. But they're also showing me with the 10th that it's temporary. It almost feels like a Four of Swords as well, meaning it won't last forever. It will come back online. The connection will come back online. But it was like, whoa, time out. The previous chapter of your story, what led you up to now? Previous chapter of your story, what led you up to now? And it is loss. So yeah, feeling lost, feeling at a loss, experiencing a loss, perhaps in that connection, right? Is what led up to now. I'm going to pull another one. May show more of why or what caused the loss. I feel like meant to cause a loss, emotional loss. Yes. So the connections, the union energy connections temporarily stop this connection because of communication issues. There may have been things that weren't being conveyed that were entirely true, right? That had been more strategic. They weren't, maybe there wasn't enough emotion shared. So the connection itself got paused so you could feel the emotional loss, which allowed you to realize to come out of your head and more into your emotions for yourself or the other or both of you. It was like, whoa, wait a minute. We were bantering on with our words, but we weren't coming from a heartfelt place. So the connection went, like the union energy was just like spirit, the angels for your protection and their protection. Can't keep moving forward and just being in your mind and out of touch, with your emotional body. So you've experienced in the recent past that emotional loss to bring you back, to snap you back into, okay, what's important? My heart is important, and to help you. He's got gray hair, and he's got gray hair. Is to help you mature emotionally and to communicate from a more emotional place and to mature to be able to do that yourself or the other. It's not just saying the other, it's saying this is your story, so this is reflecting you as well. But there was an emotional loss to allow you to experience it. You like, okay, I feel emotionally lost here. I feel emotionally hurt, upset. I wouldn't be if it wasn't important, because you may have been conveying or communicating like it wasn't important, but it definitely was. And so Spirit stepped in that connection temporarily and put a halt. So where you are, okay, that was the previous chapter. Where you are in your story, present chapter. So I'm going to go back to who you are. Who you are is a strategic communicator right now. You may be looking for an opportunity to communicate strategically, is all I'm going to say back here. It's taking me back to clarify this. Who you are, who you are in your story is somebody that's communicating without a lot of emotion, and you're strategically waiting for an opportunity perhaps is to communicate from your mind instead of your emotions. So where you are in your story right now. And it is serenity. So you've experienced that loss in the recent past, or leading up to now, but right now you've got yourself back into that now. You've stabilized that emotional loss, and you're now back into the now moment, and you have got into this present moment and serenity in this present moment. But I'm going to pull a tarot card to go with it, since we have them. So it can be kind of teaching you to self-regulate emotionally, right? To regulate your emotions yourself without reacting or lashing out, that kind of thing. And we have, with the 5 of Wands. So through this kind of energy of, and then there's the 4 of Swords. So it's just showing there was some sort of energetic struggle that you have kind of calmed and rested through and brought yourself back into peaceful, more rested energy is where you're at now. There may still be some energetic conflict, because it's showing up here that's challenging you a bit through this serenity, but you are getting there, and you are coming into that place of quiet calm. Next chapter in your love story, if you can move past the block, which was a temporary block of union that the connection created. The next chapter in your story, if you can move past that union block and the 4 of Wands block. And it's flow. So things will move again, and they'll move with more emotion because of the flow is talking about that to me. So there'll be a more emotional movement, and Yeah. Energy movement, right? Knight of Wands talks about passion, movement, chi, energy, rhythm. She's drumming. She's raising energy, if you will, for movement. So that's where you will get past that. The energy will rise again. There'll be more chi and emotional energy moving. The end of the story, this book only, so many more books to write. So end of the story, or end of this chapter, we will say for now. So we'll say for like the next, what, little while, 30 days, 15, 30 days, something like that. The end of this story for now. Oh, that one fell out. Princess of the Borderland. So I get a fairy tale metamorphosis type of energy from this card when I first looked at it. So there's going to be maybe like a happy ending that's coming from that. It's taken, the tent is back there, so it's got to do with that union energy. There's some sort of movement and metamorphosis energy. And she looks very ballerina, fairy tale type kind of energy. So happiness is coming up. Movement, happiness, movement. Movement, yeah, definitely. And the moon card was in the undercurrent there. So it could be around full moon time too. And I know we're coming up on 2 eclipses. Again, that talks about emotional movement, the undercurrent as well. But definitely more lightness and, you know, continuum on the journey, right? So let's pull some Rainbow Rain to end this reading and see what symbols and signs you may see along the line in your story right now. We have preparation. So this could be, this halts and the union connection could be in preparation of something. Undercurrent there was 2 of Cups, so like seeing that. And we have powerful communication. So they're saying prepare for, this is sacral chakra, so willpower, the courage and willpower to communicate is coming up there. And we're going to see what else. Spring, and we are in spring and memories. So there's nostalgia here in the spring that is perhaps communicated or felt. So yeah, angel blessings to everyone. Oceans of love.